I think the story is going to be how much McCain gets knocked out because, the public still has a pretty high image of John McCain. But as the campaign goes on and they realize, if we vote for him, we're definitely going to stay in Iraq for another 4 years, no question about it. And, he's pro-life and would put pro-life judges on the Supreme Court. And, he's a conservative. And, he's been hypocritical on all of these issues, going back and forth. And I think he gets knocked down 8, 10, 12 pegs.
If you're the Democrats, you run the Rove playbook, attack him on his strengths. You say, he has this reputation for integrity. Here's a film clip of 10 things where he's cynically flip-flop in order to win the primary. He has a reputation of being a maverick. You run everything you can that shows him hugging Bush and playing the party line. You do that. I mean,
that's exactly it. I mean, I would do two things. In fact, they're exactly what you said, but let me just get slightly more specific on it. One, the DNC already ran that ad during Valentine's Day of Bush and McCain hugging and kissing and all these different things that they agree on. Brilliant. Exactly right. Keep going in that direction. I can't believe I'm saying this because in 2004 I was ripping my hair out going, no, you're going the wrong way. Well, look at this. DNC, with Howard Dean in charge, going the right way. And I think that tack is exactly right. And the second one is to put, as John McCain did to Mitt Romney in the primaries, take a cut out of McCain's face, put it on John Kerry's windsurfing. I don't care that it's John Kerry windsurfing. Do it to him, okay?
Right.
And say, agents of intolerance. And then show him with the agents of intolerance, Falwell and Robertson, speaking with them and saying how great they are. On every single issue. Tax cuts were dangerous, and we couldn't have them in the time of war, and they couldn't be paid for in 2001 and 2003. And then in 2007 and 8, him saying, we need to make these tax cuts permanent. I mean, you got one flip-flop after another on every single issue. Hit him hard.
And people think a lot of people think McCain's stronger on national security, so run clips of him singing Bomb Iran and run clips of him saying people don't care if we'll be in there for 100 years and all the other, because he says odd things. McCain says strange things sometimes. So run everything that looks wacky and off balance and irrational about foreign policy, go after him on the national security issue.
See, finally on that issue, I guess what I'm amazed by is how little people pay attention. Because we're so immersed in it and we don't get a sense of it. But when you see polls like this, you go, oh my God, you get it. A great majority of the country has no idea what John McCain actually stands for. None. Because in the poll, he wins by large margins, not only on who would handle terrorism better, which is insane, because McCain is towing the Bush party line, and Bush has done terribly on the fight against terrorism, and people think so. When you poll them and you say, how about Bush? They say, oh, no, Bush has done a terrible job. How about John McCain? He's done a great job. But wait a minute, they have the same exact position. And they don't know that, right? But here's the kicker. On who do you agree with more on Iraq, McCain wins by a 17-point margin.
Really?
That's insanity. The whole country's against the Iraq war, and John McCain is 100% in favor of the Iraq war. Which goes to show you people have no idea who John McCain is.
Right.
And I think when they find out, they're going to be profoundly disappointed. Let me give you one last fact about the Iraq war. Here's another thing you could put into a commercial, and McCain doesn't stand a chance, if you ask me. The amount of money we're spending in Iraq. And now John Edwards has just joined a group that's going to focus on how much money we're spending on Iraq. I think it's a great idea. I think he's joined out with Move On and some other huge players on the progressive side to do this. $3,845. Not per day, not per hour, not per minute, per second. We're spending $3,845 per second in Iraq. That's $230,000 per minute, $13,844,000 per hour, $13 million an hour we're spending in Iraq. This is a 2-hour show, the main show. We spent $27 million in Iraq while we've been doing this show. And per day, we're spending over $332 million every single day in Iraq. Run those numbers and then say John McCain wants to do that for another 4 years. Game over.